safe and unseen by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All righty, everyone. Welcome to the Family Friendly iRacing League here tonight in the Family Friendly iRacing Club, to be exact. And the Boyd's Customs late model stock division, as we're ready to go racing here. 125 laps qualifying, just wrapping up here tonight. And we'll get ready to start them, tramp them up front here with Keith Hume, Sr. right there as well, part of that top two. And our co-commentator, I think, is joining the Discord here, so we'll get him rounded up here in a moment. But ready to go here. Scott Trantham, Cody Trantham out here tonight. Hume Hodge is there as well. 125 big ones here tonight from the IRP. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly step away, and I'm going to adjust two things. So we'll go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be ready to go racing here tonight. All right, back here's we're ready to go racing here tonight. The field gonna roll off of pit road behind Trantham right now. Monroe right there lined up as well. Again, 125 laps here tonight. Trantham, you got Boyd right there as well, as we're lined up 125 scheduled. Again, tricky racetrack, top of the racetrack gonna be the way to go here tonight, because you get around the bottom, that bottom lane with that progressive banking, just a little bit trickier to get that car to roll around the inside lane here. As lights are out on the pace car, which means we are ready to go here tonight from IRP in round number 6 here for the Boyd's Custom late models here tonight. And we are ready to go. Thank you guys for coming out. Boyd's Customs again for all your iRacing paint needs, and we are ready to go 2x2. It's Trantham on the front row, the 8 back there, Hodges and Boyd, ready to bring them to you. 13 late models here tonight, showing up in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Lucas Oil Raceway Park. We are ready to go Here we go. Field out of turn number 4 for the first time here tonight. Here we go. Flagman with the flag in his hand. We're ready to go. Lap number 1 on the board. Del Rey up front there as well as they rumble into turn 1. 2 by 2 out front. That's the way they say it. So 2 by 2 at the front of the field as they work their way by. Down the back straightaway. One car going to get way out of shape there in the back. They'll hang on into turn 3. Scott Trantham continuing to lead the charge. Del Rey right there. Christopher Hodgins. Tristan back there in line. And we got the first caution of the night. John White and Cody Trantham involved in the first one here tonight. Let's take a look. So the first yellow of the evening going to come out as they go into turn 3. A couple of cars getting into trouble. You can see it, almost 3 wide. The car on the bottom. And there you go. Just ran out of room. The 89, the 83, both going to go around to bring the first caution out here tonight. So the family-friendly iRacing Club going to bring the first yellow out in the boys' custom late models here tonight as we go to yellow. And let's see here. Everybody trying to figure it out. Scott Trantham out front in the 32. Hey, Scott Trantham, Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy on me there, buddy? All right, let me make sure everybody else can hear you, too. Give me just a second. We'll double check that. All right, man. You're out front here at this tricky racetrack. Top lane dominant here normally at IRP or Lucas Oil, whatever they're going to go by these days. But, man, how's the car?
It's all right. Just trying to keep it middle to high and stay smooth.
All right. With all the real life experience around the Trantham family, is there anywhere you've ran out real life that kind of resembles the line that we're running here at IRP?
No, not even close.
Not even close. So, do you find that bothers you when you don't have that real life experience to kind of fall back on?
No, because pretty much all the real life stuff, it equates somewhere, along the lines. Plus, we've been on iRacing for so long.
Right.
I've raced the track a few times.
Well, man, right now you've got the other Trantham right there behind you, that 5 machine. Hodgins there behind him, so best of luck as you get ready to go back to green here in a moment, man.
Thank you.
All right, we'll bring you back down to the Trantham channel, and we'll get ready to go again. So right now, 5 laps on the board of 125 tonight. First caution of the evening. Del Rey right there in the 5 as well. And we'll work through. Lights out on the pace car here. And we'll prepare for the restart. What's up, McChicken? What's up, buddy? All right, our co-commentator going to join us here in just a moment. Lights out on the pace car as we're only 6 laps in and already in trouble here tonight. We'll go back to green with Trantham and Scott Trantham on the front row. Del Rey, Tristan, all right there. The Trantham family, 1 through 3 right now, and ready to go. 7 on the board. Green flag in the air right now. Scott out front leading. Alrighty, we'll see whenever he gets his headset working here. Let him chime in, but right now, yeah, Michael J. Boyd back there, Chad, Andrew, Keith Hume Sr. And we got problems. Andrew out of shape. He'll drive it to the bottom. And trouble. Oh, that's not going to be good. Cody Trantham hard in the outside wall. We stay green. Just a mistake there in the center of the corner. Overcorrected. Now back down the front straightaway we go. Or back straightaway with Scott Trantham leading Del Rey out front right now. First 2 or 3 cars out front leading 1, 2, 3 right now. The 32, the 5, and the 59. Part of that top 3 party. All right, nice job. Continuing to hang on. Right now, 3 wide out front. Or 1 through 3, excuse me, nose to tail. So right now, I'm working our way through early on. Here comes Del Rey Trantham trying to get a run on the bottom again, getting that car to rotate off the exit down there on that lower, flatter portion of the racetrack. Really difficult, and you see it right there again. Got down there, couldn't get the power down. Tristan gonna try to get underneath as well, and he's gonna run into the same problem. Working there on the bottom, up the hill he goes. 11 laps on the board. It's Trantham, Del Rey Trantham there as well. Side by side, headed for 1. People trying to fall in line, can't do it. The 5 up the hill, trying to figure out a way to get through. A little bit of contact there, but they keep it clean. Christopher Anthony going to try to battle through. Nowhere for him to go. Take a look up the hill, almost in the outside wall. Car took off. Got it to turn. Nice job. All right. And I think we got a partner. Maybe I heard something click.
Sorry about that, Matt. I was not in the right broadcast and get with the race now. This is definitely an exciting battle for the first here. You seeing this as well? Looks like this must be relation in the top 3.
Oh yeah, whole family of them, buddy.
You know this is personal, then. You know this is personal.
There you go. And there's the thing, like they know each other really well. They race in real life as a team together. Again, these late models they know very well, and I think that experience, it's hard to beat, man.
Really, there's nothing that beats experience in this car. The tire wear is so tricky that you got to really know your stuff to make a set last, and that's going to be the key to this race.
Now, I did talk to them pre-race there. We did an interview a moment ago talking about their real-life experience. They don't run anywhere that resembles IRP, but it doesn't matter. You can just take the knowledge of the car, and you see it working for them, and they start to chip away Scott, Del Rey, and Tristan. And we got lap traffic just in front of them as well.
Yes, we do. That's definitely going to play a part in this battle. I think Scott is maybe starting to sweat a little bit coming up on this lap traffic.
Yeah, it's a short race tonight, 125 laps. It does not take long. Now, you see the 5 about a half a lane to a lane lower. The problem there, the less banking down there, I've always found to be very difficult to complete any type of pass down there on the bottom.
Absolutely, especially at a track like this with such wide turns. I definitely think that 5 wants to stay out of the same line as the 32, but I don't think it's going to be faster.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And the other issue you run into, trucks run here this week as well, and they've got a lot of downforce that kind of helps that bottom lane. But here in these late models, you just don't have that downforce that you would have.
You've got the rubber and you got the asphalt. That's all you got in these late models.
What I'm guessing the body of the car is probably 3-4 foot shorter, at least, versus the bed of the truck. So I mean that's a pretty good surface area that you're not getting downforce.
Absolutely.
And right now everything kind of wearing into kind of a groove here. 19 on the board, 20 this time by for the first 20 laps, setting into kind of a rhythm here tonight. And up top right now, the 32 of Trantham, really high off the corner. Wow, he
definitely lost a bit of time there.
Now, that's the other problem that I find. You see that light gray area just above the groove there, guys. And you get up there too far, and it's like going into a sandy dirt type of surface. You really don't have the traction.
Anywhere you don't see black on the surface, there is no rubber on that track, and there is no grip. It would just be like the first laps coming out on this track up in that high line.
Right now, they'll fall back in line. And of course, this week on the Extreme Sim TV podcast, we're going to have a whole conversation about the new update as far as that goes. If the leader gets in the wall, that's a perfect example of what we just talked about.
Number 5 of Delray takes the lead. That is going to be big for him. Looks like the number 59.
Oh,
Ooh, little contact.
32's up there in that gray surface, and it did not pan out for him.
He needs to come down off that high line. It's losing him time nearly every lap he gets up there.
As they continue to battle for second. Whoa. They're tight, man. That is some tight racing.
They are. You can tell these guys have raced together. You can tell these guys are comfortable with how each other's going to move. And that's what we love to see. Great racing. That's the great thing about these leagues is even if you're not brothers, you really get used to racing against the same guys, and it can produce some spectacular results.
Very, 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 very tied up. Oh, man. They're doing a great... It's almost like synchronized driving at that point.
It is. These guys all got to be hitting the exact same marks, the exact same time, otherwise they're going to come together.
Another part of this track slick is those seams in between it, too. That is not exactly ideal to run on either.
No, it absolutely isn't.
You can do it, but it's not ideal. And they'll get back single file. So, I don't know if you know, I know I looked into it a little bit, Luke. And the dev updates for iRacing, they're really working hard on a refresh for oval and the way the rubber lays down on the asphalt. That's going to be huge, probably around the beginning of next year when that rolls out.
It will be absolutely huge. With the similar rework just coming out for Dirt Oval recently, I've heard a lot of great feedback from Dirt Oval guys on that. And I think that short course racing in particular is really going to benefit from that change.
Yeah, you start getting more multi-group situations going on. I think what it's going to lead to.
Yep.
As you see Trentham leading. Now,
actually, just one last thought on that.
go
One
ahead.
of my favorite things. Not only will it get multi-groove, but drivers will be able to choose where those grooves go.
Yep.
If everybody's favoring the inside, that's where the traction is going to be. If everybody's favoring the outside, so it's going to lead to a lot more diverse racing.
Not only that, if they're all on the bottom and you want to try the top, if you stay dedicated to it long enough,
Yep.
you'll start to lay rubber down up there.
Yep. And a
So,
lot of these sessions we run where the marbles and the rubber stay on the track from practice. You can put in your own line in practice if it's not what everybody else is doing.
exactly, it's going to change the game as we're already 30 laps in, clean laps with Trantham. It's going to be Delray, Reed, Scott, and Tristan, your top three. I want to say I'm shocked, but these guys so strong, not really that shocked to see them out front and kind of pulling away from Hodgins there in fourth, about 2 seconds off your leader.
Absolutely. These guys are all three putting on a clinic right now. Delray having a phenomenal race. He made that big capitalization on the mistake that Scott made, and he is not looking back, clearly.
A little bit of contact the outside wall for the 32. Scott now trying to figure out a way to gain some ground, but it's just so difficult once you get those tires heated up.
It's so tough with these late model stock cars. The way you have to drive to keep those tires on, it's so easy to go a little bit too wide and make a little contact with that wall. I know I've done it more than a few times, and we've clearly seen some of the best drivers in this race doing it too.
Yeah, and it's so easy to make that mistake as we run 32 complete. Really similar lines up front, and that is the part, like we talked about a moment ago, that I'm going to look forward to changing, is how much that line will change in the future.
Yep.
And you see right there, your lap car working the bottom, going to give them some room up top. The 5 had to check up, but I mean, relatively good job there by the lap car. I don't think he could have really held that car much lower than he did.
There's only so much you can do on a track like this.
Yeah, he did the best he could to get out of the way. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do much. Right now, cars side by side behind him. Here comes Tristan taking advantage of Scott. He'll draw alongside. So we'll get back single file. Hodgins, Michael J. Boyd. Of course, Boyd's Customs owner right here in the 6, running 7 or inside the top 10.
Tristan really nipping up that inside of Scott. I think Scott's looks like he's pushing a little bit further outside than he normally would. So this may pan out for Tristan if he can get up to that high line.
You almost have to run it like a dirt car,
There it
and he
is.
does. There it is.
There it is.
So for the fans at home, what you'll do is you'll drive it in deep on the bottom, let the car naturally wash up, and just take that line away.
Mm-hmm.
And there you
You
go.
put your car where he wants to go. He's got nowhere to go.
Now he's got to try to run down Delray, and right now he is doing just that.
He's got that inside line on lock right now. He is definitely making up time on Delray, and he's pulling away from Scott.
So starting to do that. And we got a car around somewhere. Yellow's out. And it's going to be Andrew around. The 89.
Sure, let's see what happened there.
It's probably
Looks
not.
like, looks to me like he's all alone. Got a little bit into the wall. Coming off the wall, looks like he maybe just spun the tires and lost it a bit.
I wonder.
Spin.
I wonder if he broke that right front. When he got in the fence there, I bet you he broke that right front.
Yep. I
And
bet you he did.
and just brought it to a stop. Which, if that's the case, that was probably the best thing he could have done in that scenario.
Yeah, I believe it is as well. You're not going to want to drive a broke car on a track like this. It's too short. You're going to be getting lapped too much, and it's going to be dangerous for the leaders.
Puts everybody in the racetrack in danger, and
It
it's better not to do it and take the L a little bit here. But again, he'll go a lap down, but we'll see if he can get it back.
Apparently, something I missed while I was taking a look at that wreck is Tristan dropped back to 5th place.
And
He must have. Did I just see? He just came out of the pit lane, so he must have stopped for tires.
Yep, grab tires there. And while you was talking about that, we nearly had an incident on track. The lucky dog was coming, and I don't think Del Rey exactly didn't really know the lucky dog was coming, and you know how that can go south in a hurry.
That can, yep.
Which honestly, I feel like iRacing should give us more of a warning than it does. It gives you a warning, but not like the way I feel like it should.
Not much of it. Yeah. Not much of it.
So if you're not careful, you can have an issue. So like still on
I'm
the
interested to
place
see how well Tristan got through this field on the fresh tires. He's clearly got the pace, and if nobody else has stopped yet, he's going to definitely have a pace advantage. So I'm interested to see how fast he can make those passes.
So I agree with you. The only problem I see is that we're very top line dominant, so he's going to have to really use those tires to make it work, I think.
Absolutely. We saw him using that bottom line earlier to make passes on his brothers up there, which definitely was working for him, but that inside line is going to be much harder on his tires. So we got to see what his strategy game is here, see if he wants to make passes and burn him up faster, or if he just wants to play it long and safe.
Tristan back here all the way in 10th, so when they restart here, yeah. So let's take a look here, and this is not a good representation, but we'll see how his lap times kind of work here when we do go back to green and see just what type of advantage we're looking at. Well, what do you think, man? Luke, I tell you what, we're already almost 50 laps in this thing, coming closer and closer to halfway.
Time flies when you're having fun, clearly. This race has been super clean, lots of green laps. That's what we love to see. Gives drivers a lot of time to really hit their marks and see the benefits of that. You know, in a race where there's a lot of cautions, the driver can be really, really hitting all those marks, doing a really good job, but he's not going to be able to reap those benefits. So we love to see long green stints, and there's a lot of action that comes from that.
Yeah, we saw it last night. You know, guys got stuck in the back of the pack, and with the yellows that we had, this never could work through.
Absolutely. Absolutely, that's true. One thing maybe keep an eye on, I saw before we had the caution, the number 81 of Mike Boyd and the number 21 of Keith Hume. They were having a little bit of a battle back here in 5th and 6th place. So maybe keep an eye on that.
Yep, we got a camera right now. As you can see them going back to green. Now we get to see, how does the tires work out? I don't know, man. Oh, trouble, Tristan involved in an incident. Caution's going to be out. Oh,
That's certainly no good for Tristan. I know that's not how he wanted to put his tires to use.
well, I think he got into Cody, and if that's the case, we might have a family disagreement on our hands here. Um, we might want to ask him. We might want to ask him to bring a webcam down to their trailer after the race because it might get really interesting.
I'll be honest with you, Matt. I was so worried about the top 3 earlier in the race. I didn't even see Cody down there. We got 4 of them in here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yep, that's 72.
Cody got yeeted.
Oh, actually, it was that 72 of Tommy Elliott's, so it was not a brotherly dispute.
Well,
Like, Tommy just came down just a bit on
Yeah.
Tristan. And then that 28 of Cody was wrapped up in that incident. You're right.
so what ended up happening, it just kind of ended, like you said, he came down, but unfortunately, both of the transoms kind of just got wrapped into it.
Yep, that is unfortunate. Cody was a innocent bystander in that one.
Yeah, he had
But on
nowhere
short
to go.
tracks, sometimes you can't avoid the chaos.
Yeah, there was nowhere for him to go there in that one.
Nope.
And that's, cautions breed cautions for that reason. You stack
Absolutely,
everybody
yeah.
up and there's nowhere to go if something goes wrong.
Yep. I think one thing these drivers got to consider is, at least up until the first caution, we had over 40 laps of green, or about 40 laps of green. So, these guys got to consider how this race is going to go. And I think they maybe don't have to push quite so hard off these restarts.
Yeah. Of course, tomorrow night, we come back to the channel once again. Underdog Racing League makes their return tomorrow evening. And then Thursday, we don't have nothing this Thursday. And then we'll be back with Interstellar coming Friday. And then, of course, it's Saturday night doubleheader time for Heart to Heart. And the series start for the SR Xfinity Series. And then right back here on Sunday with the American Elite Series. That'll be Sunday as well to round out the week here on Extreme Sim TV. I got a busy week coming up, man.
This guy, to all the viewers out there, this guy Matt is one of the busiest dudes I know.
So, yeah, man, it's crazy some weeks as we get ready to go.
While we're on caution, I have to admire number 66, Thomas Edel, in that beautiful Dodge Challenger car. It's nice to see something that's not a Chevy and see a Chevys in these late model races.
Can we throw a shout out to Dodge, for the love of God, get back in the sport, please.
Absolutely, we got to see him.
As
One thing I love about watching Trans Am racing is all the different manufacturers. And actually, we're back to green. I'll shut up.
Oh, you're fine, man. And you see it. Oh, trouble up front. No. The 32 and 5. This is not going to go well. The 5.
no.
Oh, he held on to it. Delray got a touch from Scott. Got him out of shoot.
Getting touched into the grass, mowing the lawn here at Lucas Oil.
Now,
Wow.
and don't look now, but Keith Hume Sr. trying to take advantage of all of that. He's like, I'm coming through, boys.
Absolutely. Keith Hume Sr. is in a perfect spot now. Doesn't have to push himself too hard.
Oh,
He doesn't have anybody right on his tail.
Tristan nearly in another incident back of the pack, but he'll keep it going. Wow.
I can't even watch it all at once. Such an action-packed race.
These guys are all over the racetrack. They're using every bit of it they can. Meanwhile,
Absolutely.
starting to settle back down out front just a little bit. But back here around Tristan, it is an absolute dogfight between him and the 8 of Christopher Hodgins. The 28 right there of Cody trying to follow him through. And we're 50
Looks to
in.
me, up here, number 5 of Delray is starting to put pressure back on Keith. But the 82 is right on Delray.
Yeah.
This is going to be an intense battle.
That's Anthony Marone right there to the back bumper. He's not giving an inch to the 5 here on this bumper cam. You can see it all over the back bumper headed to 1. And that's what you got to do. You got to crank that pressure up as high as it goes. Try to force them into a mistake when you're kind of a one groove racetrack.
On a track like this that it's hard to pass, one of the best techniques is getting right on him, applying pressure, and let him make a mistake.
I think he about got to the right rear quarter, but just could not get there. The 82 of Anthony using every bit of asphalt he can, trying to get an angle around the 5.
I definitely know Scott Trantham here is watching in his rearview mirror as all this action unfolds behind him.
Scott's just like, let me get out of here, bro. Oh, whoa, hello.
Contact. Delray hangs
Oh, this is
onto
gonna,
it.
oh.
Wow.
And the 5 back up the hill had to grab a hold of brakes, not the left rear of the 82.
Wow, that was a close call.
We were about to have a Bowman Gray Stadium moment there.
Looks like number 59 of Tristan back up. I think with the pace it looks like he's got, he might be on, might be back on Delray faster than we think.
Which right now we set in line and starting to.
Oh, 21 is spun.
Oh
DQ
no,
wraps
the
up
5.
Delray. Tristan into the back of Delray.
Oh.
Huge wreck.
Well, let's take a look.
Delray has got some damage from that. I don't know if his car is going to be able to stay on the track for now.
Oh, that was whoa! Wow, he got turned early in the corner too.
He did. He did. Let me go back and watch this again. Looks like 82 and 21 just got together.
Yeah, I don't want to say he got a hook, but he got kind of turned early.
He got turned very early. And he just parked it in the middle of the track. I mean, good thing he hit his brakes. We saw how bad it can be when drivers don't hit their brakes last night. But
yeah,
he hit his brakes right in front of Delray Trantham, which is not exactly how Delray wanted this race to go.
On board here. Coming down the straightaway. I'm watching a whip. So it looked like, from the in-car view, Anthony got free off the corner, was chasing the car all the way down the straightaway, and just eventually got into that left rear quarter.
Mm-hmm.
One of them racing deals.
Yeah, it looks like maybe that 21 car of Keith Hume may have wanted to go for the inside of that corner. May not have realized 82 was quite so close to him.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I don't think he had a really good handle on the car either, which didn't help.
No, I don't believe it did.
And the 5 going to go a lap down here. Did not beat the pace car out. That's unfortunate. Maybe he did, but it was close. We'll see what iRacing decides here.
He almost certainly took new tires on his fast repair stop, so we'll see how he's doing after this start happens.
I mean,
even if he's a lap down, I think he's got the pace to make up some of those positions.
The funny part to this is he beat the pace car, right? But if he would have been any closer to that pace car, you couldn't put a pencil between him and the pace car. That's the timing line here. I don't know how he got scored in front of that pace car. Wow. I mean, I don't even think you could put a number 2 pencil in that space. To Trantham out.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. That was absolutely very close.
They're coming to green once again. The 32.
Looks like Delray just catching up to the back of the field. He is going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he's going to have to work hard here as we come close to halfway here. At IRP, let's go. Coming to green, 59 and 125. This time by field coming to green. Pretty good.
Like Scott gets a great restart. He is out in front, 66. Looks like he just pulled off to the side. He did not put up a fight at all to either of those cars that just passed him.
Yeah, good choice, I think.
Yeah, he came from behind, and I think he's probably got war tires.
Yeah.
I think he knows he couldn't put up a fight against these guys with fresh ones.
Tommy Elliott there as well. Chad, Cody. That's Benson hanging on.
82 of Anthony Moore is definitely putting up a good race. We've seen some great pace from him. hanging with all three of the Tranthams up front here earlier in the race. Let's see what he can do to this 59.
61 on the board. There goes Scott, Tristan, Anthony. Boyd hanging on the 81 as well, inside the top 5 right now. And look, right now, Tristan up 5 spots from where he started tonight. He is really working right now.
He is. He put in a lot of work early in this race, and I think it's showing. He's in a great spot. He's got good tires. I think he's going to have to do one more stop for the end of this race, but I think he's on a really good strategy.
Yeah, for sure. Scott continuing the lead. Anthony, Michael J. Boyd, Cody Trantham, Thomas, Chad. Scott continuing to lead the way right now.
Tristan putting some moves on Scott here. Side by side down the straight. Looks like Scott pulls ahead a little bit, but that inside line might be able to edge it out here.
Yes, sir. Is there going to be tight? Oh, man.
There it is. There it is. Scott definitely had to check up there. I don't think he got quite the run out of the corner that he wanted to, but Tristan definitely made that pass, and he made it stick. He's about 3 cars ahead now.
Yeah, sure. So starting to pull back away, 0.4 of a second now out front is Tristan. Trying to run away and hide the best he can here. So are you surprised that Tristan, once he's out front, that he's able to motor away back like this? I'm really not.
I don't believe I am. He's, like I said, he's still on good tires. He's clearly had very good pace all race, coming from 7th to the front very early. I'm not surprised at all. He's dominating this race right now.
All right, so where we sit here, your leader right now, Tristan with 10-lap-old tires, Anthony with 10-lap-old tires, but then setting third, Scott, he's on 65-lap-old tires as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, knowing that, it's actually very impressive. Scott was able to hold off Tristan with that big of a tire difference between them.
All the way back to about 8th or 9th, we've still got about 11-lap-old tires here. So definitely,
that's interesting to see. Scott is definitely going for a 2-stop strategy here.
Yeah.
And he's clearly got pace on old tires, so this race might go well for him just based on strategy alone.
He just needs the yellows to come out properly in the right time.
He does.
Because if they don't, he's going to be in trouble.
Yep. We haven't had. Have we had any green flag pit stops yet?
No, sir. No, sir. So.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's going to be a theme for this race. Everybody's going to pit when the yellows come, and that's going to be the best strategy.
As we're over halfway through now, you see the 28, Cody on the outside of Michael J. Boyd. Boyd just, let him go.
Delray Trantham, number 5, back in 11th place. Finally caught up to the pack, finally starting to make positions up. But he's not doing it as fast as I think he would like to.
Tristan continuing to lead the charge. Anthony trying to hang with him. Scott kind of now starting to suffer from those old tires falling backwards.
Yeah, I think Scott wants to come in soon. He better hope for a yellow.
So, Scott, as I'm watching, because he's going to cross the line, he is roughly 76, so it's a 23:76 that time by. His best lap time of the race, 22:84. So about a second slower than his best.
Wow.
And he's about 7/10 off what the leader ran last time by.
Wow. Yeah, so we have to assume that he's about 7/10 off his best pace then in that case.
Yeah. And you can see it all the way across the board. You can see the issue that they've got here. If you just begin to watch the speeds here as well down for him as well at the end of the straightaway, it's just costing him a ton right now.
Yep.
Here comes Michael J. Boyd. He'll jump underneath. Probably take advantage here. Oh, he's out of shape, but both cars able to hang on.
Yep, Scott able to hang on. If you're Scott, you almost don't want to fight these positions. You're just going to lose more time.
Yeah, you're in free fall mode right now.
Yep.
You're just waiting for that conveyor line at the bottom of you to end.
Yep, exactly. At this point of the race, track position isn't extremely important. Everybody's got a stop left. So I think Scott should just save as much time as possible so he can get those tires on and get back to work.
All right, so I've got some family information for you to take in. So Dale and Scott Trantham are brothers. Kristen and Cody are twin sons of Dale Ray. So Dale Ray is the dad for Tristan and Cody.
Okay.
Now we got this kind of worked out. Hopefully we don't have
Yeah.
any family feuds at the end of this one.
I think maybe there will be.
I mean, at least if we're gonna have one, let's bring in the cameras. Let's get some
absolutely.
entertainment
Let's get him in
out
the
of
booth
it.
and let's stoke the fire.
Put a UFC in the cage in the middle of the straightaway or something.
Yep.
I don't think Judy would be a fan of that ideal, but for us, it'd be great for us.
It would be.
Kristen continuing to lead. Anthony, Cody, top 3 right now.
Scott is absolutely holding his own back here. I'm keeping an eye on him, and he is not letting these guys by. And he's keeping a really good pace on those old tires. He's got 77 laps on them now, which is very old tires on one of his cars.
Yeah. If he can make this work and get behind them, trouble.
Oh, number 5. Number 5 gets wild into the 66. Takes out number 7 of Chad Benson onto the infield. Chad lost a few positions there.
Well,
that's definitely a bad deal for him. But it looks like the number 5 of Del Rey keeps it together.
Yeah, and here comes Del Rey.
And he's right back on Scott.
Yeah, he's got his brother underneath of him right now, and Scott is going to drive by and say, "See you later." Or Del Rey's going to drive by Scott and just say, "See you later" here. Because those tires are just no bueno at the moment.
Yep, those things are not in great shape.
Man, they're probably hot enough right now you could cook an egg on them.
Absolutely. And if this race keeps going as clean as it is, Scott's going to have to run 125 laps on these tires.
I don't know about you, man, but I like my eggs easy over. I don't know if I want an egg easy over with, a hint of rubber taste.
Yeah, you might have some extra pepper flakes in that egg.
Yeah. Anthony right there as well. Cody.
We're so enthralled with the race at the back, but Tristan has checked out 5 car lengths on Anthony Monroe. He is definitely putting on a clinic here today.
Yeah, he is on his way to Gapplebee's at the moment.
Yes.
And he's about
as we can see from Scott's strategy, Tristan can run the rest of this race on the set of tires he's on.
Yeah, so he's in good shape. Scott's only prayer here is we get a yellow at some point.
Yes, he is praying for that yellow. I think he's slightly tempted to just hook somebody just to get it.
So right now, 83 on the board. So right now, everything kind of calming down for a moment.
Yeah, I see. We don't have too many hot battles raging. Everybody kind of settled into a groove. That's kind of what happens after you get a long stint of green. I do see Del Rey Trantham, number 5, is looking to line up a pass on Keith Hume, number 21 in the Monster Energy car.
Yeah.
He hasn't made any moves yet, but I see him thinking about it back there. He's slowly crawling his way back up to the top.
Yes, sir. Anthony, Tristan, Cody, your top 3. Well, take a look here. Outside the Tranthams, Hodgins having a good run tonight. Boyd having a good run inside the top 5 as well. Hume Senior, decent run. We saw him in a couple of incidents. And then, of course, you got Del Rey back here. Thomas and John West there, as well as Tommy Elliott.
Really, all these guys have been putting on a great race. We obviously see Anthony Monroe, Christopher Hodgson, in the top 5. Michael Boyd finishing out that top 5. These guys, they're not putting on as much of a show as some of the other guys out here, but they're putting in clean laps, and that's why they're at the front.
Yeah, and the other thing to this too, and then we got to look at this and mention this. We don't talk about it enough. This round 6 of a 22 rounds deal, so they've got a long way to go.
These guys.
Yeah, they got a long way to go.
Yeah, that definitely takes a lot of the pressure off. You know, Scott Trantham obviously wants to be at that front, but he's got to know his season's not over off one bad finish here. Or any of these guys are in the same boat. You know, with 18 rounds left to go, there's definitely going to be time to make up some places if you have one bad finish.
Scott now 1 lap down. He desperately needs a yellow here to get this to work out.
He does. He absolutely does.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's hoping the rain coming through out of turn 4 or something, because he needs something here.
He needs a miracle.
Somebody throw a shoe on the racetrack or something. I mean, we've seen that happen before, but I don't know if we can do it in the sim.
Throw some padding out of your car, get that yellow.
Yeah. Reach around your sim rig, start grabbing pop cans and throwing them.
Yeah.
Just
you know,
get
Anthony Monroe is definitely sticking there in second. We talked a lot about how Tristan Trantham, number 59 here, he's got such a good lead, but Anthony is not letting him get out of sight. I think Anthony's pushing pretty hard here to keep Tristan, and I think he still has a chance to win this race.
hate on Scott. He's finally gave up the ghost, brought that car to pit road.
That may have been the smartest decision at this point. 89 lap old tires. I mean, if your tires could blow in here, they would have blown.
Now you can get a meatball from your tires too, so that may have happened as well. And caution out.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
yellow is out, and Scott just hit pit road.
Wow. Unlucky.
So for you guys at home that don't know, you can't physically blow a tire, but what you can do is get a meatball flag and get forced to pit road if the tire reaches 0%. So.
Wow. If you go back and look at that incident with number 83 of John Wyatt, number 7 of Chad Benson back here in, looks like the entrance of 3.
Okay.
Makes you wonder what these guys are doing. May have been a little miscommunication with the tap dance here between two drivers.
Let's go see.
Looks like number 83 hooked toward that inside when number 7 had the inside line.
One of them, I'm coming down and I don't care.
It might have been.
Let's take a look here. We call that a failure to communicate.
Yes. So we talked a little bit earlier about the Trantham brothers having a synchronized driving. Well, this is when that goes bad.
That is when you try it and it goes the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So now, interesting for Scott, he'll stay out here and should get 1 lap back. And it'll put him one lap down.
Looks like pretty much everybody who was on that 3-stop strategy came in for tires. So it looks like the whole field will have, fresh tires here, going green in a few laps.
So now Scott's plan has to be catch a couple of yellows here.
Yes, that's the only thing that can get him back on that lead lap.
Now the issue he's got now though is Benson and Wyatt are both 1 lap down.
Yeah.
That's going to take him out of the lucky dog situation.
Yeah, it does suck too. I know Scott was looking for that undercut with that 2-stop strategy.
Right.
He just paid it for tires on the same lap as everybody with 3 stops. So that strategy is completely out the window at this point.
Yeah, that strategy has went to the birds.
Yeah.
It might be halfway back to Charlotte.
The only thing he can do now is push, push, push. If he can get past John Wyatt and Benson somehow, he might be in contention for that lucky dog. But the bad thing for Scott right now is everybody's going to be pushing. It is going to be a sprint to the end this last 30 laps.
Yeah. With 96, of 125 complete. It's going to be a complete rush to the end of this one.
Yep. With 30 laps on tires or with 30 laps to go in the race, you are not going to have to worry about your tires at all. Everybody is going to be putting in their best laps of the session here.
So, yeah, you're going to be pushing hard to your point, and you're not going to give an inch.
That being said, one thing we didn't talk about is most of the field did come in on that yellow for new tires, but Delray Trantham did not. He is back in the lead.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll be back to double file. Let's take a look at the pit strategy one more time. So, we got 41-ish laps on Delray's machine. So, that will be interesting to see how that plays out.
We saw Scott do it. We saw Scott have great pace in that 60 to 70 lap-ish tires. But after that 70, that's when he really started to fall off. So
Yeah.
I think Delray is going to be praying for a couple cautions here. Otherwise, he might have a hard time in the final laps of this race.
Depends on if if he can get out front, get clean air, and really save the tire,
Yep.
he might be all right. But coming back to green, mission number 1, he gets out in front.
Yep, it looks like Cody Trantham right behind him. We haven't seen much of him this race, but I believe he's on the same tire strategy as Delray, so he's not too much of a threat there. But Tristan Trantham now in 3rd or 4th place right here in a battle with number 21. He is going to be a contender for this lead on fresh tires, so he's going to be pushing really hard, and he's clearly had very good pace this race.
Yeah, very good racing. Amongst your top 5, 6, 7 cars right now as we inch closer to 25 to go here tonight in round 6 from Indianapolis Raceway's Park / Lucas Oil. I wish I'd just make up the name for this place and stick with it.
Yeah, it does make it a bit confusing.
As he does it, that got a little dicey for a hot second. Here it comes.
Yes, absolutely. Like 59 is squaring up 21 here. 21 is the only thing holding him back from attacking that lead position.
Hume doing everything he can, trying to break up the Trantham party out front in that 21, but battle for the race lead. Cody, nope. And caution out behind him.
Wow.
Well,
That's going to be good for a
and
couple of
that's
these drivers.
going to be Wyatt around.
John Wyatt. Let's see what happened to him.
And Elliott possibly involved as well.
Yep, Tommy Elliott and John Wyatt. Looks like they, on the backstretch, just come together a little bit. Looks like to me Tommy got a little loose. John hit the back of him. And they, looks like one of them went into the outside wall, one of them went into the infield.
That will bring the caution. And that should put Trantham 1 lap down by what I'm seeing.
Yep, and that should put Trantham in contention for the lucky dog as long as he can pass. Actually.
Yep, here comes here.
Like he will be the lucky dog.
Yep, he's going to go to 1 lap down here. So now he needs one more caution
That's all he needs.
to put him back in the ball game with 23 to go. And that's why you never give up.
So much can happen in such a short time on these short track races. One caution with lucky dogs on can really change the whole game for you.
Yeah. Now, the way you'd want this to work if you're him, pretty much go back green and then get right back at it. So you want it to go green, have a quick yellow, and give you a little bit of time to work your way through the pack.
Absolutely.
As Delaware reads Cody and Keith inside the top 3, still behind the lights on the pace cars, or behind the pace car with the lights on. There's going to be less than right around 20 or so to go by the time we go back racing.
Yeah. I know Keith Hume Sr. here is definitely in a great position. He has run a really consistent race. We haven't seen much of him out front, but he's been in that top 5 for most of it. He's avoided the wrecks. He's put in good laps, and he's on a good tire strategy. I think he is really happy with his race so far.
I want to go at the stripe. We'll see if the lights are off. And no boy, no. So it's going to be at least 19 to go here. Maybe the pace car driver forgot where the switch was to turn the lights off.
Maybe pace car driver has got Delray Trantham in his pocket.
Yeah. Conspiracy. We're just going to stay. You remember the Jesse Ventura show, the conspiracies, cover-ups, all that stuff that he did?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do the sim racing version of that.
Yeah, we'll have you said you got Thursdays off. We'll do a Thursday podcast with all the conspiracies.
Yeah, lies, covers-ups, and conspiracies. We got it. We got this figured out.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest conspiracy is how Scott Trantham got 98 laps out of a set of late model stock tires.
Right. So I'm pretty sure we need to take all the Trantham cars to the tech shed after the race, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need to talk to race control on this one.
We need a tech shed. All right, 20 to go here tonight.
Double file, last turn last 2 turns headed into green. We have Delray Trantham out front.
Here we go. Green. Nope, not that. Now green. And great jump for the 5 again.
Yeah, he got a great lead there. I know he's really happy with that. But Cody's not going to let him get away. Looks like he's right on his bumper again.
Yep, Keith there as well. 3 cars under a blanket in the 4.
Yep. 21 making moves to the inside, not quite going to make it stick, but I know he's going to keep trying that. Or
Yeah.
59er on the outside. Makes the move stick, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to be in a bad way here. Oh, he squeezed his way back in the line. Right in front of Anthony.
This is a little scary for the front 2 Tranthams. These guys are on old tires, and Tristan is on brand new ones.
Here comes Tristan. I think Tristan may be in a good shape. Delray.
You know, if I wasn't mistaken, it almost looks like Delray and Cody here are working together to try to get a little bit more of a lead.
Well, see, here's the problem for Delray. He's got both of his sons knocking on his back door here.
Yeah.
With 16 to go.
Yep, I think for him, he just needs to put in a clean race. He needs to hold his lines, not make any mistakes. And
Turned him.
Big
No, and the brothers. Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Wow.
Well.
Wow, that is not what the Trantham family mother wants to see.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
She's going to have some words for these gentlemen tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it turned him. And then turned his brother.
All 3 of them wrapped up in one.
It's going to be an interesting dinner.
Yes, absolutely. These guys are not going to be extremely happy about that one. You know, Matt, it seems like every time I talk about somebody having to not make mistakes, something like this happens. I think I need to keep my mouth shut.
It's called the broadcaster curse. Meanwhile, Scott back there licking his chops because that should put him back on the lead lap.
Yeah, just announced he's got lucky dog. There he is, lead lap. He went from being the only Trantham not on the lead lap to the only Trantham on the lead lap, just like that.
Well, we got confirmation from Miss Judy. Cody is now in the doghouse.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like Cody fared fairly well from that. Looks like he didn't have to go into the pits at all.
He might be.
Delray made it back out of the pits on the lead lap, so this didn't go quite as bad as I thought it would.
Why do I feel like a person by the name of Cody is going to be mowing the yard tomorrow with a pair of clippers.
Yeah, no, I know Tristan's going to have some words for him. I can't imagine Del Rey is going to be too happy. Yeah, I wonder who's making breakfast in the morning.
Dude, he said Dad is going to kick his booty, LOL. Yeah, Del Rey might, yeah. It might be one of them go out there to the tree and pick out your switch situations.
Well, looks like Del Rey did drop to the, one lap down here, so Cody and Scott are the only two Tranthas left on the lead lap. I'm honestly surprised I didn't see Cody get an end-of-line penalty there.
Yes, sir.
I've seen a couple others get dished out, so I'm surprised I didn't see one there, but that's why I'm not race control, I guess.
There you go. Well, Judy, here's what we'll do. Since Cody lives in Texas, what we'll do is we'll get Del Rey to go pick out the switch. Extreme Sim TV will pull together the money for airfare. We'll fly him out to Cody's, but then he's got to, record the switching, and then he's got to kind of find his own way back because I can't do there and back.
Yeah, we'll do a fundraiser to pay for the trip out there in exchange for the rights to whatever video gets recorded of him getting beat up.
Yes. 11 to go.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I would not be surprised if we see another caution here. These guys really are in crunch time now. They're going to be pushing.
So it'll be 11 to go here tonight. Double file.
And Keith Hume Sr., we just talked about him before, how he putting in a very clean race. He's been towards the front the whole time. And right there, you just inherited the lead. That's what you get for putting in a clean race. Finally being able to reap the reward of his hard work this whole time.
Yes, sir. So it'll be 10 to go this time by. And Tristan lives in Virginia as well, so that kind of clears that up. So coming to green, 10 to go with Keith Hume leads. Green in the air, let's go. Good jump by Keith.
Scott Trantham kind of cheesed that restart, but we'll pretend we didn't see that one.
Little
Makes up a bunch
cheese.
of positions. Wow.
He's
Scott got a huge jump. He made up a number of positions on drivers there who were stuck in the line.
All right, let's go back, and I'm going to show this right quick while you watch it live for the fans watching to see what we saw. Well, Scott, that was, yeah, that was definitely interesting. He teased it a little bit.
If race control wasn't participating in the race, we may have seen a penalty for that one, but I think Scott got lucky there.
Yeah, 8 to go. You need a second.
Anthony Monroe, another one of those drivers, put in a super consistent race. I haven't really seen that dude make any mistakes tonight, and he's definitely in contention for the lead here.
Oh, trying to work the bottom.
Inside. Yep.
7 to go, running out of time.
A little bit of contact in the back made him check up, but he's looks like right back on it. I think if Anthony is smart, I think he waits till the last few laps to really push for a move.
Yeah,
if he makes it now, he's going to still be at risk to get past again.
Yeah, with 6 to go. Still got time. Keith hard on the brakes. You see the fire outside the pipes. They are hard into the corner here. What do you think?
These guys are really pushing hard.
Why do I feel a front bumper coming here at some point?
Gosh, honestly, if I'm Anthony Monroe, the thoughts going through your head. You can stick a front bumper into the back of 21 of Keith Hume and move him out of the way if you need to.
Yeah, and coming down the back straightaway. 32 at Scott, back inside the top 5. The only Trantham right now inside the top 5 at the moment. The battle up front between Hume and Monroe going to pick up again.
I know the aide of Christopher Hodgson is watching this battle. He's watching them swerve in and out, getting real close to each other, and he is licking his lips. He wants these guys to crash into each other, because that means a win for him.
We got 3 to go this time by. Monroe tried the bottom there, lost a little bit of ground,
Yep.
slipped
He's
up.
definitely susceptible to that pass from Christopher Hodgson now. Keith Hume Sr. is he's feeling a little relief now that he's got a couple car lengths on Anthony Monroe.
Hodgins. Senior, man, the flagman with the dual sticks in the air this time by. Who to go with IRP? And Monroe, can Hume hold off Monroe? What do you think? Monroe's a little bit too far back right now to make a move.
Yeah, he definitely made a mistake and lost a lot of ground. He might be able to make it up this lap, but if he doesn't, I don't think he's got a chance.
Coming to 1 to go. White flag waves. Hume's just got to take care of the car down in the 1 and 2 and get back to 3 and 4.
Yep.
He's got the
Don't make a
gap.
mistake. He's feeling a lot of pressure. He just needs to keep it clean, bring it home. 2 more corners, that's it.
Where do you go if you're Monroe? He closes the gap within a couple of car lengths. Not close enough. Keith Hume Senior
There we go.
gets it.
Hume put on a clinic there. That was a great race by him. Consistent the whole time, avoided all the wrecks, ran his tires really good. He did nothing wrong there, and he deserved that win. Anthony
Hume.
Monroe in second. He held there too. Made a little mistake at the end, couldn't quite hang with Hume, but it was very good.
Yeah, now we can debate all day long if that wreck hadn't happened between the dads and brothers, what this would have looked like. But here tonight, it's not going to matter. Is that beautiful number 21 ride going to go to victory lane here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park?
Yep,
we will,
absolutely.
and we will pause it right here because we got a beautiful shot of the top 3 and prepare for our post-race scenario here. Man, so much happened during that race, man. That was absolutely a great race.
That was really fun to watch. It was super clean. I think all these guys did a great job.
Alrighty, well, we already have Anthony in here. Anthony, Matt in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. Well, you drove up there to Hume there. You tried to work the bottom. You worked it a few laps trying to get alongside. Do you think you made your move too early? And do you think that's what kind of cost you the momentum to try to make a shot at it?
No, honestly, I felt like I probably gave him a little bit too much room. I was trying to race him clean, and I got down on the flat, which is not exactly where I wanted to be. But every time I seemed to get underneath him, the way that he arced in and the way that I would have to arc in to run door to door, it just wouldn't work. So it was either drive down the flat and try to get a runoff, or go in there and door him and show him up, and I definitely didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of those things. You called that kind of here, Luke, that Monroe didn't have many choices down there.
Yeah. As soon as he started to fall back a little bit, there wasn't much you could do if Keith Trantham didn't make a mistake. Mixed up the names there.
You're
Keith
fine.
Hume didn't make a mistake. I always knew the opportunity was there if he wanted to move him out of the way, but we like clean racing here. I appreciate Anthony. Appreciate you not moving him out of the way there, even though you could have. But it was definitely a great race by you. Super clean. Kept it consistent the whole time. Super happy with that.
And Foreman, good job, Anthony, and congrats, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Keith, man, the booth, you got me.
I got you, man.
Well, not only did you win the race, your Discord joke got one. Congratulations on the Discord joke. So, Luke, you got caught in the Discord joke because he kind of did that on purpose. Oh, that was...
I've got the Discord up in front of the simulator right now on the same screen. I was looking on the Discord for the name, and then I had to double check it on the simulator. Something wasn't. Oh gosh, I can't believe I fell for that.
Great job, Keith. All right, man, it was a fun night.
It was. I had to start in the back, missed the driver's meeting. That one was on me. but it was fast the whole night. I was able to stay out of most of the messes. I got turned by 82 once, I think, and we raced back up through. And when I was running fourth, and they just Moses parted the waters there for me and let me through. And then it was simply holding off Anthony, and when he would get a run on me, I was running the top, and when he would get a run on me, I would just kind of pinch him down and force him to not be where he wanted to be, where I knew his car was fast. He was a little bit faster than me.
Yeah, man.
We definitely saw him coming up on the back of you a couple laps. It was, I thought, only a matter of time before he went for a move. Ended up looked like making a little mistake, gave you a little too much room, and fell off in the last 3. But it was really close there for the last 10.
Yeah, it was. It was. I'm over here sitting in an air-conditioned room, sweating. My sweat running down my back. I got a fan in my face. But the Triple S podcast, KK Grayson South Point Toyota, was good tonight, and we finally got the monkey off our back and got a win here.
Sir. All right, what's the podcast about, man?
It started off as we were going to talk about sports and tell stories, and it has turned into we simply spend an hour and a half a week making fun of our friends.
That sounds like true entertainment right there.
It is good, and it's a fun podcast with me and my buddies, and we have a blast doing it.
But again, here at Extreme Sim TV, all your podcasts. Of course, we now have this the KK podcast. We've got the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. I'm starting a podcast. Man, we're just gonna have podcasts everywhere.
Yeah, we'll just call it the
about the one I'm
podcast
starting.
series.
And you're starting one, so you know. Well,
No, I'm messing with you. I had to get one in. I'm not starting a podcast. So.
we could start one and just call it the 2-minute podcast, and there you go. You got a podcast.
There we go. There we go.
All righty, Keith. Well, congratulations, buddy, on the W here tonight.
Got the W and extended that points lead, so that's what we're talking about.
I mean,
Absolutely, congrats.
we may have to talk to Miss Judy there about this and see if we can get her to adopt you into the Trantham family since you won a race.
Yeah, maybe. I know that I'll change my name every week on this thing now if it's going to result in W's.
There we go, man. Well, congratulations, bud.
Appreciate it. Have a good week, guys.
You too. Well,
Chris Hodgson.
go ahead, buddy.
I haven't heard from him yet. Number 3 in the race. You absolutely put in a phenomenal race. Stayed out of the wrecks, kept it clean. Got a solid podium out of it. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. It's two podium finishes in 2 weeks, and this track is tough to pass. At least for me, it is. And I think at the end there, I burned up the right front pretty good. I'm looking at it probably around 60% on the inside of the tire, and I just decided I wasn't going to push it anymore. I said I'll just settle for third. I didn't want to take nobody out.
Absolutely.
Well, man, you did a good job at taking care of the car, saving what little bit of tire you had left.
Yeah, and avoiding that big wreck. I think it was on the backstretch, and I just kind of needled my way right through that one. I don't know how. I just
that would collect a lot of cars.
But I credit it to that one, and but it was good. Tonight was good. I thought it was fairly clean. Everybody up front was racing, for the most part, fairly clean, and it was a good time.
Yeah, we like to see it in the booth. There was a lot of clean racing, a lot of fast racing tonight. Glad you stayed out of all the wrecks. You did a really good job. And congrats on the podium again.
Thank you.
All righty. Congrats, Chris.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Well, Luke, congratulations. Good job on your first show on my channel. I know we worked together on another channel there one night ago. But congratulations here coming out. Thanks for coming out with me, buddy.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you having me. I have a lot of fun. I know I'm still getting the hang of it and learning the ropes, but I hope to be back. I certainly love what you're doing. I love watching good racing.
So this means if you're going to come back more, I'm going to have to get your shirt size and send you out a shirt, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to get my routing number and my bank account number and a pen. Those are some things you need.
Let's see. We need Let's see your recipe book. Let's see what else we need. Who knows? We'll come up with everything. What a fun night tonight. One of the great late model race here. We'll be back next week with round number 7. But tonight, Keith Hume, aka Keith Trantham, gets the dub here tonight from IRP. Again, Matt and Luke in the booth, thank you guys for coming out. We will see you next week. Until then, everyone, take care of yourself and someone else. Stay safe and have a good one.